Afternoon, everyone. Well, today I'm getting ready to have some irrigation water, so I've got to kind of set things up. I'd rather have it set up beforehand. This farm's turned on tomorrow and another one's turned on today, but gonna kind of go through and set up everything and also just do a little bit of a farm tour. So I just kind of want to show you guys what things are looking like. It's middle of summer right now. There's some twine there. Oh, almost fell. So I just kind of wanted to show you, as I said, a little what's going on our farm, kind of what things look like in the middle of summer in southeast Colorado. This is feed. It is an irrigated field. It's coming up okay. Definitely a lot of weeds coming up with it. But this stuff right here will probably get, hopefully, 4 to 5, if not 6, 7 feet tall. So it gets really tall, makes good tonnage, really good feed. This pipe here, I've got to open the line, let the water out, and then I have to put in a way to close the line, basically. So typically, you have lines that close all of them all the time, but this farm doesn't have a very good weed catcher, and so the weeds come through the underground line, and they'll get caught in what closes the line, and so I had to go and open all of them up completely in order to allow the water flow to not get weeds stuck all the time. I still get weeds that get stuck, but at least not as bad. All right, so this is what it looks like. So as I said, here's water right here, but so what happens is up from the head gate down to the canal head gate, ditches to the farm. This farm has an underground line, and so the underground line connects in different locations, and it comes up what we call an alfalfa valve, which goes onto the pipe, which then goes down the field to irrigate the field. So here what was happening is I'd get weeds. There's supposed to be a guard right here that helps close things down. While I was getting weeds that'd get clogged in it and completely clog up this valve, so not much water pressure is coming through. So I just need to actually grab one from a different location, come in here and it locks it, and then you just put a top on it and it closes this off, so no water can come out of it. As I said, I'm not irrigating this field, so we'll go irrigate a different one. While I'm here, I'm going to show you guys some oats. So this was oats the other day, and now it's cut. So it just gets cut into a row, and you can see here's the row here, the oats itself. What we're doing was we are letting it dry, and they call it cures itself. So when it cures, you can't actually scrape any, I guess not skin, but the outside layer of the plant off. And so if you don't let it cure, it can actually get too wet in the bale when you compress them, and it can start on fire. So you definitely have to let it cure and dry out. So here is one of the many struggles with flood irrigation. So if you can kind of tell, there's green up there and not green here. I promise you, I'm not a lazy farmer. It's just, one, it's dry, so that doesn't help, so it's hard to get the water to go across the field. Two, this field's kind of leveled funny, where you have to actually irrigate from this side and from that side, and this side kind of gets this chunk here. I kind of made a decision not to worry about this spot here because of how dry we are and how few runs we're gonna get. I just didn't think it'd be worth it for the few acres I'm missing here. And we got some rain, so I'm hoping, I don't see anything, I'm gonna do some digging. But I really hope that something will come up. Otherwise, we're just gonna have bare ground here. All right, so just to quickly show some irrigated corn on flood. We don't have a lot of irrigated flood ground corn. It's difficult to do, especially on a dry year like this year. This stuff got beat up from hail that last storm. It shredded the leaves pretty good. It should grow out of it, but we're Oh, here about knee high, a little bit higher, so that's good. This corn actually looks pretty good for the conditions in the field that we're in. So just to show you real fast, this is what I meant. This is a different alfalfa valve. This one doesn't even have the centerpiece. And see how it just gets clogged up by, this is all weeds here. And some of them will go through. Oh, there's a dead mouse there. Anyway, some of them will go through and go into the pipe, but again, it doesn't have this opening here, or this, it's kind of a three-piece that would sit in the middle. And even without that, I'm still clogging up weeds. Okay, so I remembered what they're called. Spider valves. So this is what I was talking about. So they just go in here. See if I can do this one-handed. And then I turn it, and I think this is actually a different style. It is. Okay, well, there's two styles of these, and for whatever reason they decided to put two different styles on one farm the same year. Sometimes people's decisions are not the smartest. But anyways, that's what it looks like. I'm gonna go grab the other one. I think I know where it's at. And put this in here. This is the lowest point of the farm. And so if I don't have this here clogging up the water, all the water's gonna go here. So I have to close this up so I can irrigate my corn over there. Well, time to go hunt. After this though, this farm is ready to go, so I'm gonna head off to the next farm and do some more touring. We'll see you guys over there. Okay, so this is my dad's farm actually here. This is our first planted, well basically first planted corn. And if you can see, it's basically chest high. This stuff did get hit by hail, but it looks pretty good. It's growing out of it. And this is one of the fields that we did do a test plot of the cover seed. See if I can get down here. So here it is. It looks actually really good. You can kind of row it, or you can row it still. There's some volunteer grass, but you can see the clover. Maybe. There's shadows in the way. There's clover there. And supposedly somewhere radish. I honestly don't know what radish really looks like. I think it has two leaves. I need to start looking up what these cover crops look like so I can tell what is what. Let's see, there's definitely a 3-leaf clover. Haha. And I think maybe that's a radish there. If you can see them, I'm in the shadow. All right. So here we are at the home shop. Had to grab some tools because I've got to clean out my pivot filter and it's stubborn, really stubborn. So I need some tools. Let's see here. Crowbar, big screwdriver, and a big hammer. Wait, not big enough. I need a big hammer. Okay, too big. There we are. I don't want to break anything. Alright, got my tools. Big boy tools right here. Hopefully that's everything I need. If not, I'll come back, but we will continue the tour and fixing stuff. Alright, well, we made it to my other farm. This is my farm here. And I made it to, this is my experimental 2.5 acres. It's my cow chow. It's kind of weedy. I have sprayed this twice and this kochia comes up. But nice thing is actually kochia is nutritious, or so I'm told. So the cattle can eat the kochia. A lot of grass in this field. I really have not grown much in this field for a while now, and it kind of shows. It's getting attacked with a lot of weeds, but here is the cow chow. So the main part of it is it's a dwarf sorghum Sudan grass, and then there's just a bunch of other stuff in there. I think it's about an 8-way mix. My plan is, if this grows, hopefully at least knee high, I'm planning to bring in about 5 cattle, and I'm gonna paddock graze. It's 2.5 acres, so it's not very big, but paddock graze them, and then hopefully as they go across, I'll irrigate the field, and it'll kind of keep going. Next year, if this works decently, I want to take a quarter out of that pivot there and do the same thing. Where what I do is I would plant a cover crop mix for grazing, and they're not going to graze it to the ground, they'll just kind of partially graze it, and then I'll move them off into the next portion, and they basically just do a circle, or well, it's a quarter, so back and forth. Then I'll irrigate in between, and hopefully it can go all summer long. The big thing is to build soil health with cattle. I'll see if it works or not. I don't know if this is gonna work because it is so dry, and this is just a bad field. It's the only field I had open over here, and I knew it'd be easy to irrigate, so I thought I'd try it. But I mean, something is growing, so that's good, but it's really weedy and grassy. But maybe that'll work in my favor, have more food for them to eat. I just wanted to show you this real fast again, another part of the farm. All right, so walking into our next field here, this is alfalfa. This is our second main crop besides corn. And typically with alfalfa, you get about 4 cuttings a year in our area. If we were really trying to push alfalfa, we might be able to get 5. But we'd have to have a pretty good moisture year and not grow much corn at all because we need all the water for the hay. So we balance it out. We grow a little bit of corn, a little bit of alfalfa. Usually get 4 cuttings of alfalfa and a full grain crop of corn. This here is about ready to be cut. I'm waiting, supposedly this weekend, as I said, we're supposed to get some rain. So I'm waiting to cut it till after that. Hopefully we get some rain, and then I'll go ahead and cut it. You don't want to cut it before rain because it actually will bleach the hay, making it not green anymore. Guys really like to see that green hay. It makes better quality, and I'm going to be selling this for small bales, so they really like to see the green hay. That's basically all they care about. This is why I brought the tools. Normally I should be able to just pop this off, pull it, no problem at all. One of my videos I actually used the water pressure to pop it, which is pretty cool. I don't have any water at the moment, so worst case scenario, I'll go back to that, but I'm going to try to pop it with the tools I brought. Hopefully. There we go. I don't know, hopefully we're seeing the right thing there. I can find my other tool. Where did I put it? Oh man, totally lost it. It's gone. There we are. Alright, we're back in business. Found it. Okay, so I should have brought a different one. I don't know if you saw any of that or not, but that worked out really good. Now we clean. So this just kind of gets nasty junk in it, so I just have to clean it out every now and then. It's just junk from the river, and it actually won't clog up the pivot, but the pressure won't be enough to turn the whole pivot on. So alright, now we put it back in. Alrighty, so this is the last cornfield I'm going to show you guys today and last part of the tour. corn here was last planted, and it's about thigh high, so not bad for when I planted it. Be a lot better if I got a little more moisture on it, but tomorrow, well, here in a bit I'm turning on the water, but I'm going to turn on the pivot tomorrow, so we'll be getting a drink here pretty quick. This is test plot 1 of 3 with the cover crops. And as you can see, some rows look better than others, but this one has, I think, 7 different things in the mix. Sarah rye being the main carrier or part of it, whatever you want to call it. Walking into test 3, try to find some of the rows. This has annual ryegrass and, as I said, a bunch of other stuff. Flax. Well, I'd have to check because I don't remember everything. The annual ryegrass is not doing as good as I thought it would. I think it might be a little too hot for it. You can barely see some there. It's pretty warm. I'll keep looking for a row that might be a little better, but I don't know how well that's going to work. I just think it's too hot. Hence why I said I might have planted it a little too late. Here's test plot number 2. I was able to find one row that wasn't too bad here. So here's the annual ryegrass again. Let's see if I can kind of pull the shade a little bit. Looks okay again. You know, I'm not expecting the forest, so not too bad here. Here is the third one. Again, not the easiest to see. Actually, the grass here is doing a little bit better. But the broadleaves are actually looking pretty good in this one. So this might be a better test with that. Guess we'll find out. But that's kind of the tour of the farm. So I didn't do every field or anything, but just wanted to show kind of different crops of what we grow, a little more in depth, and kind of show my experiments of what's going on. If I get some cattle out here, I'm going to show that too, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I really appreciate you guys watching. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button somewhere down here on the 2 sides. Click on the comments, and love to hear from you guys. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for some more videos down the road.